Angela Levin, what's the latest on Harry and Meghan's relationship? What are you hearing?
Well, it's very difficult to hear anything. One minute I'm told that, they're still, way apart from each other. Another one is that they're
A seismic shift. Meghan's arrival and Harry's transformation. Prince Harry's life was once defined by duty and tradition. As a beloved member of the British royal family, he navigated a world of pomp and circumstance with his signature charisma. His journey took a sharp turn when he met Meghan Markle, a captivating American actress. Their whirlwind romance captivated the world, culminating in a fairy tale wedding. However, this union also marked a significant shift in the balance of power within their relationship, one that has been the subject of much scrutiny and speculation. Angela Levin, a renowned biographer who spent a year shadowing Prince Harry,
not part and they're together. But it doesn't make any sense to me that they are getting on better, because if you want to, as they say, work very differently between each other, and you can have a nice time doing that. That makes a lot of sense. But you then still come back to your other half. You come back for a meal, you come back to stay with them overnight, you come back to see your children if they are there. You don't actually have nothing to do with your other half. I mean, what is that? That means that it is much worse, because Harry's only doing things that last a day or 2 days. He's not going out, and still nearly 3 months now that he's not gone home. That's not because he couldn't manage it. It's not one thing that he's got to finish and he can't get back. He's not filming, somewhere out of America, that he has to be away. This is him finding things to do, I think. I'm going back into the past and joining them again. But I think it looks very bad, really. But they both, Meghan can put on a very good face, and Harry, I think, is lost. And I think maybe after Christmas, maybe in the new year, they will say that they're going to have a different life altogether. But look at that face, looks so unhappy. And I think it's very muddled. But, Meghan's very, very good at making everything look lovely and smiley and happy. But underneath, it can't be. It just can't be.
observed this transformation firsthand. In her book Harry, a Biography of a Prince, she notes a distinct change in Harry's demeanour and priorities following his marriage to Meghan. Levin suggests that Harry, once known for his easy charm and playful nature, became more reserved and guarded. This shift, she posits, is indicative of Meghan's influence and her desire to control the narrative surrounding their lives. Trapped in her shadow, examining Angela Levin's perspective. Levin argues that Meghan's strong personality and Hollywood background have, in some ways, eclipsed Harry's royal status. She points to instances where Harry, once comfortable in the spotlight, appeared to fade into the background as Meghan took centre stage.
The tragic thing is, though, Angela, is that Harry is almost refusing to acknowledge there's an issue simply because he doesn't want to admit that he got it wrong. When he was
Well, that's
asked,
the point.
yeah, because when he was asked about the marriage on stage, he didn't say, "Oh yeah, things are great. This is all ridiculous." He didn't say anything like that. Instead, it was all about how delighted he was to prove the trolls, as he called it, wrong. And presumably he puts people like you and me into that category because we've reported
Yes,
honestly on him.
yes, yes. I think that's right, really. It's very difficult for him, because what he's got left to sort of crawl back to Buckingham Palace and say, "You were right and I was wrong." I mean, can't see him doing that at all. He's stuck, isn't he? And even if he goes and finds his own home, it's still a failure. And I think I know he's felt when he was younger. He felt he was a failure, and that's why he wanted to write his books bare, because he did feel that, he couldn't do the same things that William did, not necessarily do them by hand, but he wasn't able to because he was a spare. And I think that he absolutely wouldn't want to see that William was right. He's got to get his own back on him first, and that will be terrible. So I don't know how he's going to get out of it. I think the only way, maybe the king will say something, or, Catherine might say something, because she's very homely and likes families. But, he could just say one snapped sentence and that's the end of it. So I think it's really very, very difficult for both of them, actually, because Meghan, although she puts on a great face, actually, she's not doing anything at all, really. Nobody wants to put her on a film. Nobody wants to allow her to produce a film. If you remember earlier in their togetherness, they wouldn't let her. She wanted to produce something, and they managed to wheedle out of it. And there was a book that she wanted to turn, and she wanted the book to be about her, and they stopped that. They have stopped her, so she hasn't actually done very much. And all this cooking thing that she wants, that won't be going. They said it's the first thing in 2025, but she won't get the okay for at least 3 months after that. And how can you keep on doing something that people must be bored to death with now?
This dynamic, Levin suggests, has led to Harry feeling overshadowed and potentially resentful. Levin is not alone in her observations. Other royal commentators and biographers have echoed her sentiments, highlighting the stark contrast between Harry's life before and after Meghan. Some argue that Harry, once a symbol of Britishness, has become increasingly distant from his roots, embracing a more Hollywood lifestyle that aligns with Meghan's background. This shift, they suggest, has created a chasm between Harry and his family, particularly his brother, Prince William. Dissenting voices. A chorus of opinions on Harry and Meghan. It is important to acknowledge that not all perspectives on Harry and Meghan's relationship are negative.
So it's hard. I think a lot of it is image making. When she goes to all these little parties and in and out quickly because she hasn't really been invited, and that makes her feel a bit better. She's dressed up and smiling away. People will, she hopes, offer her something, but they're not. They're keeping well away. And we've both read, haven't we, about Hollywood. They just don't want to get involved with her. She's very difficult, and it's always got to be her decision. So I don't think she can look into herself and see. And I think a lot of us can manage better if we think, yeah, we are a bit like that or a bit like that. She doesn't. I think she thinks we all see her as she would like to be, which isn't the same thing at all.
Many supporters applaud their decision to forge their own path, breaking free from the constraints of royal tradition. They view their union as a testament to love's power to transcend cultural and societal barriers. These supporters argue that Harry, far from being trapped, appears happier and more fulfilled than ever before. They point to his dedication to charitable causes and his outspokenness on issues close to his heart as evidence of his newfound purpose. For them, Harry's transformation is not a sign of being overshadowed, but rather a natural evolution as he embraces fatherhood and a life outside the royal bubble. The path ahead, navigating the future of a royal relationship. The future of Harry and Meghan's relationship remains a subject of much speculation. Will they be able to navigate the complexities of their unique dynamic and find a balance that allows both of them to thrive? Only time will tell. What is certain is that their journey will raise their young family and pursue their own ventures. The world will be watching to see how their love story unfolds, and whether their bond can withstand the pressures of public scrutiny and personal evolution.